What's going on? In today's video, I want to give you some clarification on the letting go process. Okay, I want to make you aware of one of the most common pitfalls and misunderstandings in this letting go process. Really just dealing with your emotions, right? There's a common understanding in our culture that emotions build up, right? Things that you suppress build up, and then eventually, you want to release them. Everybody kind of generally knows that like, if you don't deal with your emotions properly, you're going to feel a sense to release them. And sometimes that's why we go off on our triggers. And we have those moments where we just lose complete control and just completely release that on somebody else. And initially, that may even feel like a relief. Like there's a sense of relief that I've let go of what I was holding on to. And so through that, we start to create this concept in our mind that when you release emotion externally, right, either by like blowing up on someone or by expressing your emotion, that it is the way to release this energy. We think that this is how we should properly deal with emotions, but that's actually not true at all. And so I want to talk a little bit more about that. I want to explain to you why that's not effective. And then if that's not effective, how to actually let go, right? How to properly deal with your emotions so that they're not building up and so that there's no need to actually constantly, blow up on somebody and release them externally. All these things, all these emotions that we hold on to, all these little irritations and whatnot that we're not conscious of, that we don't give our attention to, that we don't accept. Yes, they do build up. All this emotional energy builds up. And then, when we finally feel it, is like when it's too much to bear. And then, our attention definitely goes towards it because it's like now it's not ignorable, right? So yes, when you kind of express it externally, maybe you yell at someone or you even like talk to a friend about it, or you go on a rant and complain, right? That may initially feel good because it's like almost a release of this energy. And so you start to think, okay, this is the way I need to deal with my emotions. I just need to eventually rant and then I'm good. Why is that not effective? Why is that not actually a true letting go of those emotions? See, when you release that emotional energy outwards, you may feel that initial sense of relief, and you have released some of that emotional energy that was building up. But you are not becoming conscious of that energy. You are not becoming conscious of the source of why you're feeling this way. And you just releasing some of that energy does not mean that you've dealt with it in a healthy way and that it's gone now. Matter of fact, the more you keep allowing this energy to build up and then releasing it, keep it building up and releasing it in little spurts, you don't become any more conscious as you go through that process. You just kind of actually become more unconscious because now you're falling into this cycle that you think you're doing the right thing, but it's like the opposite of what you're supposed to be doing. So releasing it in this manner may allow you to, take the energy out from behind it a little bit and feel a little relief, a little lighter. However, you are completely unconscious to the cause of it, and you're not actually going within, recognizing, the emotion for what it actually is, and accepting that energy within you. And truly, embracing it and being with it, which is what actually dissolves it. Rather than that, you're just expressing it and seeking that little bit of release, almost like the pressure cooker that's about to go off. And, you put that up a little bit so the steam comes out a little bit, but then, a lot of it is still held down. So you go from a point where you can't ignore it anymore, right? Because it's unbearable, to like getting that little bit of relief. So you're just coming back into that state where you still are holding on to a lot of its energy, but now it's just under your realm of what's tolerable. And so again, you also remain unconscious of the cause of it. So now just in the future, the similar triggers are going to come up again, and you're going to again and again fall into those traps and you're going to have this energy build up again. So we want to get rid of this cycle altogether. It's not a conscious, healthy way to live. Now, how to actually deal with the emotions properly, right? If releasing them and expressing them all the times on rants and yelling and complaining, if that's not the right way to do it, what is the right way to do it? You have to learn to observe your emotions, how you feel, like the sensations that they create in your body, the atmosphere they create in your immediate experience, without wanting to act on them, without wanting to express them, without wanting to get rid of them or judge them as bad or good, or wanting to run away from them, avoid them. You simply have to acknowledge them. See, what happens when all these emotions come up is that you lose all consciousness and you just get into that reactive mode. You basically lose all control of what you are, what you want to act as, how you want to behave. And it just all becomes controlled by the emotion itself. You need to learn to observe the emotion itself. Simply neutral observation without thought, without judgment. Get rid of the story of what is happening and simply tune into the sensation in your body, in your immediate experience, and just learning to observe it. It's so simple that you're like, man, I do not want to hear this, because you haven't yet tried it to the fullest capability, right? Like wholeheartedly. If you try this, there's no way that it will not work for you. And you can keep denying this process. You will continue to like run away from it because it's so simple and you don't think your mind is making it out to not work or whatever. And you will continue to just be in that cycle. Yet this simple little observation exercise is like the key to your emotional freedom. And I'm going to take it a step further here. Don't just observe the emotion itself. And this is only for the advanced people here, right? So, because this might get confusing for you. So if you don't want to take it that deep, just observe the emotion in the beginning. If you want to take it a little deeper, observe even the one who is currently subscribed to the story that I am getting triggered. Right now, in a general way, when we do these practices, we're observing the response from the trigger, right? The emotion. If we're really taking it deep, if you really want to get to the source of this, observe even the I, the sense of being this person that is getting triggered. Because even that is observable. Even that is not you. What is getting triggered is not you in its essence. And once you learn to observe even the personality that claims to be triggered, then you really are learning to create a detachment, a distance, a separation between I and even the person, where as in what you usually call you. And once you create the separation between I and your person who is getting triggered, then it's immediate emotional freedom. It's immediate freedom from all the thoughts and emotions of that person. All through this one simple trick of simply observing what is right here and right now. Observing even the one that claims to be triggered, the one that claims to be offended, the one that has a need to protect or run away or avoid something or prove their worth. Observe even that one, because it is not you. It comes and goes in your awareness, while you remain always unbothered, unobstructed, here, always now, silent. What I'm pointing to is something much greater than your mind is making it out to seem right now. And it can only dawn in your experience through practice. So I'll leave you with that, right? Don't seek emotional releases, these little bits of just temporary releases which don't help you solve the actual source of the problem, but rather go deeper. Observe the emotion itself. Simply observe. The more you practice this, the more you create that separation between you and the emotion. And you will learn that you don't need to react to them. Naturally, this will happen. And now if you really want to take it deep, put in that extra bit that I just spoke of. Observe even the person, the I, the thought that arises as I am getting triggered. Observe even that. Because once you do that, you create the separation, not just from the emotion, but also from the person itself that is feeling the emotion, your movie character. Rather than identifying as a movie character feeling this emotion, you create a further separation. You become the person in the movie theater watching the movie character be triggered. And that is instant freedom. And that is true awareness. So I encourage you to practice that, because this emotional intelligence is a very key aspect of creating your life consciously. If you ever want to create your own reality, you have to learn to master this process. Other than that, you will continue to be reactive and keep giving into your old programming, your old habit patterns. All right. So if you want to learn further how to create your dream life, right? The life you truly want to live from a higher consciousness mindset, more tactics like this, watch my free training in the description box below. It's the first link. It's called the Create Your Dream Life Workshop. It's completely free. And in 30 minutes, I show you the 4 steps that you need to master in order to do so, right? Create your life from a higher consciousness mindset. So make sure to watch that. Completely free. All right. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed this video and gained value from it. Give me a thumbs up if you did. All your letting go questions, let me know in the comment section below, okay? I will see you in the next video. Subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. Peace out.